Hey everybody, welcome to another Age of Grogu, and we have with us as always, we have Elijah, we have Jason, we have Max. Hey guys, how's it going?
What up?
So pretty slow
Going
news
good.
week this week. It's not a lot of, I was gonna let you guys kind of fill in some of the gaps and stuff like that. It's kind of been one of those weeks, but we do have a lot coming up. We do have Moonknight coming up this week. Morbius drops this week, so we get the chance to talk a little bit about that. There's a little bit about Star Wars Celebration of who's going to that. And hello, Dimes. How's it going? Good to see you.
That's dope.
Wait, you're writing this or watching this. Where are you ski lifting from? That's funny. Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow.
It's going like
we're a ski lift material, like
yeah.
Nice view, huh?
Well, his flight up.
Nice view.
Someone's
Watching us.
skiing, and yet we've had like 85-degree weather for the last week over here in California. He is in Keystone, Colorado. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. School normal. Okay, all right. That's cool. Wow, man. Well, thanks for joining us. Have fun with the skiing. Don't get injured. That's for sure. Yeah, guys. So, what's been going on with you guys? Anything interesting happen this week? Jason, go for it.
Vogu just launched its clothing line.
Oh, no way.
Today?
Oh, wait. I'm gonna do.
What was that? What were you watching there?
I trying to switch this out.
Pictures.
I am. I'm gonna switch this out. I'm sorry.
I was watching it's like a compilation of all the Columbia pictures throughout the year.
Not quite.
Ending with Spider-Verse's Columbia pictures. Remember that?
Here we go.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
Yeah, that's one of the best Columbia pictures I've ever seen.
It's memorable.
Yeah.
So this is it. This is your new clothing line. Oh, hang on. There's all these little pop-ups. Yep.
It's by Just Hype. It's a UK clothing company. They pretty much make just all like the streetwear for a lot of the UK. Liam, do you know this? Do you know this?
I don't know if Liam's with us right now, but here's the thing. Okay, so just so everybody knows, this is the design based off of your characters from the Vogu collection and from your NFTs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's based on that. It's part of the Vogu collection because Vogu's not just an NFT project; it's an IP.
Yep.
So this is just another branch of that, equal to the NFT collection. This is also like part of that too. So there's different ways to buy in to be part of the community. This is one way now.
Oh, nice.
So
that's very cool.
Just like the struggle of an NFT collection or a project like this is just providing utility for the people who buy in or for people who own the NFT. And so this just kind of happened along the way. We've hit up Just Hype. I think, did they reach out to us or did you reach out to them? I don't know. I gotta ask my business partner. But
I like this one here. This is a cool one.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
Yeah. This is actually pretty awesome too. I mean, like that's awesome.
So what I sent them like the pretty much I sent them the pretty much like the design Bible for Vogu, and they've like put together like a document of like the different style and the different fonts and the text and stuff. And these guys just nailed it. They understood the aesthetic.
That's cool, man.
And just black, white, monochrome, techie kind of.
Hey there, Chris. How's it going?
Stuff. So
if you're just joining us, Jason's showing off his new clothing collection from his design, from his Vogu, from his NFT characters that he designed. And what else happened this week, Jason? What else dropped?
We had a fashion show in Decentraland. We've also launched our wearables in Decentraland.
Okay.
Here, let me show you some.
Yeah.
Let me share the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, if it'll let me.
You might have to send the link specifically.
Yeah.
That's cool. We'll keep talking.
I sent you that. Did I send you that link?
You should, send it just now. Like you might have sent it before, but I don't know where it's sent to. So,
Oh, that's right.
but so this is cool. While Jason's searching for that, Max, what have you been up to?
I've been reading comics. A bunch of
You've
cool
been
comics came
reading
out this
comics.
week.
Oh yeah.
Just gonna highlight these two specifically. Are just awesome. This is a crazy anime-inspired book called Ghost Cage. One of 3 from Image.
Right.
Without
Nice.
spoiling it, it's like if Big Hero 6 had a baby with Dragon Ball Z,
Okay.
and they fell into the Marvel universe or something. It's just
All right.
insane. It's just
Okay.
pure insanity.
Sounds
And then,
sick.
Okay.
yeah.
That's
And
cool.
It's
then,
like all my
from,
favorite things.
It's right up your alley. It is your thing.
Nice.
And then we have Demons from Dark Horse from Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, who were they had the New 52 Batman book for years, and now they're reteaming up again.
Right.
For we have Demons. Without spoiling it, it's a girl who she's
Is a
not
demon?
crazy. No, she's not a demon,
okay.
but
She
might have to
demons?
kill some
Spots
demons.
Oh, kill demon
She might have
killer.
to kill some demons.
Okay. All
The
right.
Demon Slayer.
That's
The presentation is just it's incredible the way they have these captions running along the side of the panels instead of like kind of on the panels, so it's almost like you're reading the book and you see the pictures next to it, but it's very original the way they have it.
Right. Okay. That's cool. What other? So, Jason, did you find the link?
Yeah, I'm gonna text you the tweet.
Okay.
And so you could open that, and then there's a slideshow. There's like a few cool, like those are the best pictures I found from the fashion show yesterday.
Right.
It was the first NFT fashion week, I guess.
Okay.
And so it was a digital fashion show in Decentraland, and there was they designed this epic catwalk, and they had like all these special outfits made specifically for this by Hype, the clothing company that just released our collection.
Right.
And they made like in digital only outfits, and I sent you like the tweet.
Sorry.
Were you able to open
Just
it?
a sec. Yeah. Yep. Hang on. It takes a moment to kind of grab everything and post it around. Okay. All right. So now we are going to put that on. All right. Okay. There we go. So sorry. Say that again. This is the.
So yeah, it was a fashion week in Decentraland. It was like NFT fashion week.
Gotcha.
And they had this cool epic catwalk.
Right.
And Hype and Decentraland kind of design these outfits.
Are they wearing the digital pieces you can buy, or is some of this just like?
These will be available, I think. Now they'll be available, but this was like kind of the release of them, and so it's kind of cool. Digital fashion show.
That's
pretty
funny.
A metaverse fashion show.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, it's cool, and it was a good. And today we launched the clothing line, so this was kind of like the premiere of it, and
cool.
It's pretty cool. And there was an after party at Decentraland for all Vogu people.
Right.
Yeah, it was good.
That's
stuff.
Cool. Awesome.
It's a big weekend for
the
company, and we'll see how much we sell. We're selling like a lot of the wearables are selling in Decentraland, so that's good.
That's cool. Like awesome.
$4,000 worth of stuff so far.
I'm sure you're going to be able to break that down a whole lot more on your podcast on Wednesday nights that you do. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna have we're gonna have some people on this week, so we'll see. Stay tuned for more Vogue news.
We'll post the link below for sure if anyone is interested at all. And Elijah, what else? What's been going on with you? Anything much?
It's been a slow week.
Slow week.
Slow week. No work. Staying at home.
Right.
Trying to work on some of these models, but kind of out of. I can't get product right now. Some stuff's out. Some I just don't have the cash to buy to progress on some of this stuff. So that's kind
fair
of
enough.
But I'm going to see the concert this week. I got that coming up, and then WonderCon is this weekend.
Okay. So. This weekend. Okay. You sent me a link for this, which looked kind of cool. This is what I was trying to play beforehand, but this is the Ghostbusters game.
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna turn the volume down because it does have the Ghostbusters theme in there. Well, actually, I'll turn it down when it actually gets to the point with the music, so we don't get in trouble. But it's a new game.
We saved the world a few times, but between that, we provided a needed service to the masses. That's where you come in. We're passing the torch, or better yet, passing the particle thrower, giving you the tools. Now let's see if you have the talent.
I'm going to just turn the volume down just for a moment here, just because we don't want to get into trouble. But yeah.
Whoa. So you can be like any Ghostbusters from any of the shows or properties?
Apparently so. Yeah. It also says you can be an actual ghost as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's, I believe, an asymmetrical multiplayer game.
Whoa, like Splinter Cell?
Yeah.
You could be like spy or soldier.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, kind of. I think it's like 3v1.
Hey, Anchorman, how's it going?
Firsthand what exists on the other side.
Is that the dark hold?
Yeah,
only the half of it.
That's it. Yeah, it looks like it's also taken from Ernie Hudson's point of view, by the look of it. His
it's like
business.
Continuity from
from the last Afterlife. Yeah, which is really cool.
It's like canon.
Yeah. No, it looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not a game player, as you know, but it's like it could be kind of fun to actually check it out for sure.
What's the last video game you were into, Brent? Were you
really nothing? I mean,
did you ever own a game system?
No.
At some point in your life?
No, never really a gamer at all. I lose interest in game playing so quickly. And I mean, literally, it's like I can sit there.
If it's like something that you
even
like,
if it's Star Wars, yeah. I mean,
because I get that, but like for me, if it's something that like I really like, the Spider-Man game or Batman games or whatever, those are themed to something like that is the draw to be able to be in that to be in that world or whatever. Ghostbusters included or whatever. You would think that you would at least if there was any video games that you would get into, it would be some of those really immersive Star Wars worlds. Video games.
You would think so.
You're not familiar with any of those.
Tried a little bit of the VR, but again, it's like I don't have any hand-eye coordination when it comes to playing games. I never have. Even
we saw Brent trying to play Decentraland last week.
Oh God, yes! Yes!
So just jumping at the wall.
I just kept on walking into a wall. It's like I can't move. It took me 10 minutes.
Oh
just
man,
to
so you never played Rebel Assault?
No. Because I won't be able
that one.
Because I have no speed in my.
It's like
my
the first time you see Beggar's Canyon.
Oh yeah. No,
yeah,
I would
like Rebel Assault. That was like a game changer, man. I mean, that's an old school ass game. It came out like the year Jurassic Park.
I've never been great with video games either, Brent. But like now in video games, you can set them like when you open the game, you can set it to like super easy, and just where you're hitting buttons, you can button mash and get your way through the game and the story. And just enjoy a game.
Even if I do get far enough into something, my mind just shuts off on what's going on around it, and I get just bored. I can sit here and build a miniature model for hours on end, and sit there in the most microscopic detail. I can sit and watch TV shows and movies. And
you could tell Brent hasn't played any recent games.
No. But no, I have had a look at stuff. But like, I mean, Max, 6 months ago or so, I was over at your place and you had the VR on me, and I tried for a few
VR
minutes.
thing, Max?
Yeah. And
I put Brent into a X-Wing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just like, this is cool and everything. I'm looking around and I'm crashing every 2 seconds. I'm like, I just don't. My brain doesn't click with that sort of stuff to keep my brain interested and invested into it. I don't know why. I mean, a friend of mine, Yavo, he actually had some of the earlier games, and I could sit in those easier because I guess it was more point and shoot kind of elements of it, and it was like zombies attacking you and stuff like this. It was fascinating, but it's not something I could really be hours on end playing. I would get bored within 15 minutes. and my brain doesn't want to hold the attention of being in that environment or playing that environment. It's weird. It's just been there all my life.
It's like drugs to me. I have to stay away from it because if I did that, I would be drawing. Because it's fun and I like video games and I grew up playing that stuff, but like I'll play with friends or casual, but I got like knowledge of them and stuff, just like basic. But I don't know. I don't have time in my day. I just wouldn't be able to.
I only want to play the games that have interest to me, like themed, like a Ghostbusters or Indiana Jones or a Batman or whatever.
Spider-Man.
Fair enough.
But those they come along every couple of years, and then they're always in a new platform. And I'm not going to buy a new platform for one game and then wait 5 years and then buy another platform to play one game. I don't have roommates anymore that have different things, so it's like you look at it, you're like, oh, that's cool. Like, I guess I can imagine what it's like to play that. I mean, that Ghostbusters game looks fun. It looks like the same kind of action as the last one they did. And you can play as a ghost as well. But
that's fascinating to me.
But like, I don't even know what platform that's going to be on, and then the cost, and then getting them. It seems like being in video games is way more of a hassle. You're downloading. I don't even know. It's like, when it comes to the gamers now, like I don't PC gamers and like
it's like a community. It's more of a community
like
these
every
days.
console. Yeah.
Sorry, Max, what was that?
I was saying they're expensive. Games are like $70 now.
Right.
For like a new game.
And gamers will have all the consoles. Like they'll have every console, and have whatever. Back to Nintendo.
There are people saying they play these games and they've conquered it in 4 days. It's like, I assume that's 4 days straight.
Well, they have when they come out, they have a contest where like first person to beat the game type thing, right?
Really?
Like,
okay.
They do that as soon as it's released. Like they have guys who are like immediately playing online. And they'll go through and like the first one to finish or get the most points or unlock the game or whatever. Like,
it would take me 4 days to beat the first level. I mean, that's how bad I am at playing that sort of stuff.
Interesting.
If I even got that
such
far.
A defeatist, man.
No, I just I just
Loki's
I would think at least some of the Star Wars games that at least would have drawn you in to be curious. I really want to play that.
The same way that Elijah doesn't necessarily have the attention span for a Disney animated cartoon, I don't have the attention span for a computer game. That's just the comparison. I'm putting a comparison there. Okay?
Am I just the center of this?
It is the same thing. It is
I'm the absolute center of this Venn diagram.
No. That's a bad comparison.
No, it's a perfect comparison. I literally don't know.
It's more like
I would be watching Disney movies if I had kids or younger people around me or whatever. Like it's not. I feel weird if I'm watching. It's just it's interest and age disconnect at the moment on some of the.
It's comparable to kind of Elijah's kind of opinion on pop music.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, what do you think of the new Ariana Grande?
Whatever.
Could you name one of her albums?
I don't think I can name any of her albums.
Yeah, but that's same. But like, that's the way,
Right.
I compare it like that. Like, Brent's not even gonna bother.
No, well, I mean,
you're gonna bother.
Am I going to bother with what?
I'm pretty sure we were just talking about Starbucks drink.
Wait a minute, that's not this. To me, that's not the same thing.
All right, well, tell me what would be an appropriate?
Wait a minute, no, hold on. You're like kind of picking on me in a little sense, and I'm
okay.
Ariana, right. I know who Ariana Grande is. I can't tell you the names of her songs or the names of her albums, but I'm aware of who she is and what kind of music she makes. It's not what I'm.
Yeah, but would you sit through it?
Of course,
I wouldn't.
When I sit through it, I've heard some of her stuff that I like, but I'm like, that's Ariana.
But not by choice, Like Brent knows of certain video games,
I've heard of her name.
And I'm like, I was surprised that was her or whatever. But she doesn't have an interest in me as an artist. I'm very picky about, anything that I do like. I'm picky about the artist and what I like.
What would it be then, Brent? Brent brought up the cartoon thing. I was just trying to. For sure.
Well,
it's just I get it. It's video games.
Yeah. No, that's. I mean, if you guys were sitting there in a room, if you guys were, if we're totally off topic, that's cool. If you guys were sitting there though, playing a computer game, and I was sitting there and could be the fourth person, or I would sit and watch, and it was an interesting enough story that was going on, I'd sit and watch the story rather than try to participate, because all I would do is like be holding everybody back anyway, because I just simply, again, hand-eye coordination is terrible when it comes to computer games. Which is interesting because I have better, like if I was to drive a car, I'm much better perception of driving a car than I would be driving a car in a computer simulated version, because the perception throws me off for some reason. It's about I don't know what it is. There's something about time lapse in my head. My brain has to anticipate and see in the real world what's going on around me, and it sees it quicker than what the computer game version can do or think, because it means that if I'm swerving this way, the swerve this way might be a fraction of a second behind on the movement of the game.
But you're so complicated.
Will you stop?
I am complicated.
Stop?
That's exactly the best way for me to explain it.
Will you stop it right now, dude?
Yes,
that's
exactly what it is.
Everyone playing Elden Ring.
The mental gymnastics of I'm not good because I haven't practiced enough. Jesus, Brent, stop. Let's move on.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so
it looks cool.
Fair enough.
Elden Ring has been. Oh yeah, a lot of people have been struggling with that.
My roommate has that. It's so fun to watch him just get murdered by everything.
It's so hard.
He's always like, "You want to try?" I'm like, "Nah, I like to just watch you get murdered over and over again in this game."
Wait a minute,
there's no pattern on the boss's attack.
It's like Dark Souls. Have you heard of Dark Souls?
I don't know.
It's just current gaming.
Okay,
it's just hard. It's just everything murders you.
It's
in
been
the
the talk of the town lately because
is that a PC game or
when they come out?
What is that like all?
It's on console.
Game?
Yeah,
console.
multi.
Okay.
Like PlayStation and Xbox.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think it's on PC too. Maybe I think it might be.
If it's on PlayStation and Xbox, it's most likely going to be in PC too, from what I know.
So going to animations, as we briefly talk about it, and Star Wars connection. This is the casting so far for the new Lego Star Wars Skywalker saga, which has been revealed. Matt Lanter playing Anakin. He played Anakin in the Clone Wars series, of course. James Arnold Taylor playing Obi-Wan, who also played Obi-Wan in the series. Tom Kane. Tom Kane is the actor who had a stroke. He also was the voice commentary for the Clone Wars at the beginning of the Clone Wars series. So this was obviously shot before then. Anthony Daniels, Billy D. Williams, Sam Witwer, Corey Burton, who also does the voice of Cad Bane, and Matthew Wood as well. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting little side track.
Oh, you think Brent would like the Lego Star Wars video game?
I think he would. It's so simple. It's like literally
it's like
it's designed for children.
Yeah,
it's designed for
like 5-year-olds. So
I played it when I was like 5, like the originals. I think Brent can handle it.
Okay, fair enough. We'll have to put that to the test. Maybe one day we'll get together and we'll
I agree. I agree.
If anybody has it,
I got. No.
Anthony gets them. He always has them.
Marvel.
I have a Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Here, that's like the only game console we have here. I have a Switch with Liz's.
Maybe we'll go up to Anthony's place one day and we'll
I'm tempted to get the new Pokemon though.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's like open world. It's open world. You know, the new Arceus, whatever. What is that?
Right.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, Pokemon Legends. Yeah, I saw that.
It looks dope because it's like the open world and you could like see them there, and like they've changed the gameplay a little bit. And what's crazy is that you could take hits while you're battling. It's like fun. They took notes from the first Pokemon movie where Ash runs in and tries to block Mewtwo's hit, and you remember when he dies like Optimus Prime, he just turns gray.
All right.
And then all the tears of the Pokemon bring him back to life. But it's crazy how how they've included it. It's a slow news week. What, you got something else to talk about, dude?
Oh no, that's fine. I'm using fun listening to your Pokemon adventures.
But yeah, it looks cool. I've watched a bunch of gameplay on it. I don't know. Anyone out in chat know about this? Everyone's been playing it really.
No.
It's kind of cool because what's different is that you could actually see them all running around. It's like Poke Snap, but like you're playing the game. It's pretty dope.
Another totally non-game related thing I was going to bring up, Cameron McConaughey.
That is game related.
Yeah, it is. Oops. Yeah, you're right. It is game related.
Is this he's trying to
so much for the non-game related. Anyway, Cameron Monaghan, who does play Cal Kestis in the computer game Fallen Order, he actually was promoting the new Cal Kestis lightsaber that went on sale in Disneyland last week, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'll necessarily get it because I'm not a gamer kind of thing. But at the same time, it is a cool design lightsaber. Mm-hmm. Yes, Chris is having a good laugh at our expense. I'm sorry, at my expense of forgetting the fact that I was bringing up the computer game thing. Yes. Anyway, but anyway, it's kind of cool. I would rather see the droid get released.
Yeah, like there hasn't been any like Star Wars video game characters that's transferred. Like that started there, that transferred into any cartoon or property. Has there?
No, but there's a lot of people that should come into canon, like Cal Kestis and Starkiller.
Starkiller.
Yeah,
Starkiller is probably the most.
Starkiller was a game before he was a comic or a book then, or
he was in what's it called? The game where you play as Vader's apprentice.
Immortal? Is it Immortal or?
No. Force Unleashed.
Oh, Force Unleashed. Okay, all right. Okay, that's cool. Well, either way, you can now get Cal Kestis' lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge, which is kind of cool. I still kind of want to get the Ahsoka Tano Legacy sets lightsabers. They're the only other lightsabers I'm really truly wanting to get my hands on.
That's cool.
No. I've got her later versions. Her Legacy sets are the green ones from the Clone Wars series. She changes them from green and a light kind of yellowy green to white when she reaches through into Star Wars Rebels.
I know I have a friend who played a character in Battlefront.
Oh yeah,
she's like in like the character is based on her. It's
her look and physicality.
Yeah.
I played in Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Which character?
She played Eden. What's the name? Eden
Verso.
Yeah.
Oh, I mained her. She was my main. Tell her thank you for getting me out of some jams.
She had so many fans, dude.
Really?
She goes to all to like G3 and like she has a huge following. But yeah, her name's Janina.
The main character.
Her name's Janina.
That's cool.
And I met her through my friend Mandy. We worked on her house. But she's like friends with David Diggs. I was working on his house. The guy who plays from Hamilton.
Okay.
And like, she was staying there at the time. And I was like, I didn't know whose house it was. And I was like talking to her. I was like, hey, whoever lives here is from the Bay Area, right? I'm seeing a lot of Bay Area vibes.
Right.
Because there's like a bottle of Slurricane. There was like a Steph Curry bobblehead. And then she's like, oh, it's David's house. Dude, his Tony's right there on the wall. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, cool. She's like, you got to watch Blind Spotting. It's the movie I'm in too. And like, I later find out that, she's that character.
Oh, that's cool.
And because like my nieces have a book and it's like an illustrated book and it's all the women from Star Wars.
Right.
And so there's like a little illustration of like Ahsoka, Princess Leia, like Padme. And she's in that book. Her character from Battlefront.
Wow. That's cool.
And then like you look at it and it's like, oh, cool. And I like read about it. I was like, so that's who she is. And it's like she's been portrayed in the game Battlefront by Janina Gavankar. And I was like, oh shit, it's Janina.
That's cool.
I was like, I can't believe you're canon.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's canon.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And she goes to all like any like gaming events. Like that's cool. Was it G3 or what's the E3?
Well, I wonder if
she always has like a booth or whatever, and she always shows up to like the conventions and stuff.
I was gonna say, I guess she'll turn up to Star Wars Celebration. I'm guessing. Who knows?
Oh yeah, possibly.
Because they've just made some announcements this week as to some of the people going. They've only just started announcing this, but Anthony Daniels will be there, which would be kind of cool. Ian McDermott.
I am the best C3PO ever.
They look the same now. Look at that. They look so similar.
What's that? 3PO?
Yeah.
Ian they do too, don't they? A little bit.
I like how Anthony Daniels he's just shaped like C3PO.
They have to mold the face.
Happy and sad. One's angry. His angry older brother.
And then Ashley Ecclestein, who is the voice of Ahsoka Tano in the animated series, she'll be there. Steve Sansweet will be there, which I'm looking forward to trying to meet him. I'd love to meet him and get the chance to bring up a
I've seen that
conversation.
dude multiple times at conventions.
Oh, yeah?
Just walking around. Yeah.
Really?
No one's talking to him. He just standing there walking around.
Oh, really? No way. I would have like a billion.
No one knows who he is.
Times. Yeah.
I would have like a billion things to ask him if I see him walking around. It's just like
that's like voice actors, they could walk around. Most people won't recognize them.
Right, but at the same time,
unless you're like Joe DiMaggio
this is the guy who started collecting the toys from the very beginning and built this collection.
It's that guy.
Yeah, he has like all the he Rancho Obi-Wan. This is the biggest Star Wars collection like in the world of
he has like actual props from the movie.
Not as many props.
He works for Lucasfilm now, where he's like he's an ambassador or whatever. He gets everything.
Exactly. So. And then the last person they've currently announced is Doug Chang, who, oh my god, I would love to be in a room with that man for just like 10 minutes just to talk with him.
Don't fumble on your words, Brent.
Yeah, I know. No, exactly. Yeah.
Don't get all nervous. What was that story you told? Who was that? It was Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, but no, I was talking. Ernie Hudson was there, but I was talking directly to Stan Winston. I messed up so badly when I met Stan Winston. I was trying to just simply ask him, how does somebody apply to work in your company? And I couldn't get the words out. And I just kept on digging myself deeper and deeper. And every time I tried to say something, it didn't sound obnoxious. It became more and more so. And
only if you could get that out, he would have told you.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Yeah. And I very rarely end up by being completely like, fan overcome with that's exactly how I was talking. That's exactly how I was talking.
Starstruck.
Exactly like starstruck. Thank you. Yes. But yeah, it was
slow news week, man.
It has been a slow news week.
This has been a chaos episode.
How
are you feeling about it, Brent?
Oh, it's good. We're halfway through the hour.
You can have a pre-written letter for Steve Sansweet, just in case you meet him. Like, Steve Sansweet, I am Brent.
No. I'll mess that up. Oh no. That sort of conversation, I certainly won't have a problem with.
So great to meet you.
Doug Chang, I'd be like asking him for a job and completely failing about how I would be doing it.
Don't ask them for
a job. I'm not going to be asking him for a job.
It's like hitting on a waitress. This is just the no.
There's
you don't
no
do
way.
it. She's being paid to be friendly to you.
I know. I learned my lesson when I talked to Stan Winston. Either way, Celebration is like
just
2 months away.
The paper.
I'm excited for that. There are tickets still up. Yeah, there are tickets still up around apparently for single day sales. If anyone gets the chance and are interested, definitely try to get there.
Just do like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. You just hand them.
As Chris just puts in there, just hand in the paper.
It just says, "Hi, nice to meet you."
Hi, nice to meet you.
I am Job.
All I keep thinking about there is Willy Wonka.
I do work.
Doing his little card list when he pulls out his cards and his. Anyway, whatever. Oh wait, wrong Willy Wonka. The recent one.
The stripper.
I don't know.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna pay for her college.
Yeah,
she dances for me.
There you go.
And that's in Anaheim, right?
That's in Anaheim. Yeah.
Anaheim,
where DesignCon was.
So it's the same place.
Yes.
Yeah, same place as WonderCon.
The convention.
WonderCon is this weekend. If any of you guys, I have 3 passes. So
okay.
And I have one for Max. And then
I was
going to go, we can use them.
Yeah,
I was currently NFTLA in Crypto Arena.
Sunday I'll probably be doing the podcast, possibly on Saturday. But I was just going to start moving on Saturday. I was going to move boxes and stuff like that. I'll be moving to a new apartment, so I'm going to post videos up on the upcoming move. of moving to a new apartment, trying to set up a new display for my collection. I've got a bit more wall space. I did post an opening video last week, but I'm going to be going through and taking all my collection down bit by bit over the next couple of weeks, putting it, boxing away, taking it over to this new place, and resetting up and having I'll probably have a whole bigger, better background behind me when I move to this new place. So that'll be kind of fun.
You stop looking at that printer. Is that a printer?
It is a printer. Yes. The printer might still be there because it'll be in the same realm of the place. But but at the same time, I will probably have like displays and
printer.
Figures. It is a BV printer.
You print like both sides of the page with that printer? Is it one of those?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, you can photocopy. You can anyway.
Without having to put the stack back in, right? It's like.
Yeah, it's got two.
Hey, I want to know. I want to know.
Yeah, but they don't want to know. I mean.
How do you know? They're not saying anything.
This is the breaking news of the week.
They're not complaining about this. What are you worried about?
Other news.
An interesting printer.
They released a few images from Multiverse of Badness for there's only a couple of new images, one of Wanda, one of Strange, one of Wong, and one of America.
Oh,
this is the closest detail I've seen of her character. Everything's been in motion on the trailers, so I don't think I've seen a really detailed shot of what she looks like.
Her face in the shard of the movie poster.
Yeah. So
printers of Grogu.
These are what? Oh, good God, Chris!
It's a cool printer. Like that's how you judge a print. Is it laser jet?
Yeah.
Laser?
No, not laser.
It's never mind.
It's just it's an inkjet. Whatever. Okay,
sorry.
Fine. But inkjets print out cleaner than I don't like laser printers. What are we talking about printers again?
No, laser printers.
You started this. You started this with
laser is the way to go.
Yeah, they're clean, but the paper's so smoothly ugly. You
don't have to be.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk about this later. It's whatever.
Laser all the way, guys. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
But anyway, So let's chat a little bit about Moonknight. It comes out this week, guys. On Tuesday night, we're going to be doing our late night watchings again and reaction videos.
Oscar Isaacs.
Yeah, I think he's awesome. Did you guys see that?
Is he cast as Snake in the Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
really?
bring it back to video games again.
Holy
shit, that's awesome! I would never. All my life, all my Metal Gear life, I've been trying to think who would play a good Snake.
Right.
But like it's been so many generations, the people I've had for my Dreamcast, I'm kind of obsolete now, you know? But obviously Kurt Russell.
Right.
Kurt Russell would be great. Frank Grillo would have been great like 6 years ago.
He's too B-list though.
Exactly.
Hey, on Snake from Harry Potter? No, wait. Snake.
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid.
One of the best video games.
Oh, okay.
Ever.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. I don't know the characters.
Arguably one of the best video games there at the PlayStation 2.
All right.
But how do you adapt that movie like faithfully? Like, is he going to be hiding in boxes?
They're probably going to reference that. Oh, there's a lot of memes to reference in that property, you know, like behind a box, you can sneak up around people, but
the little exclamation point above the head.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if there's to do like the. I want to hear that sound effect.
Exactly, right when they turn around.
So, right. So what you're saying is he's tapped to play the lead of this movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no script yet, but it's gonna be awesome.
But he's casted, and I'm stoked. I like Oscar Isaacs.
Yeah, well,
my favorite actors right now.
Did you guys get to see the scene they dropped? I won't play it here, but they played a minute-long scene that showed Ethan Hawke a lot more on.
Oh, I mean, that was an old one I saw.
Really? Okay,
of Ethan Hawke and.
Okay. When he opens the portal in the ground.
When he starts to, that was like last week though. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the Moonknight thing? Oh yeah, I was trying not to. I was waiting till Wednesday to see anything.
Yeah, no, I was sorry. I was trying to too, and for some reason I played it like this morning. So
we didn't talk about the joke. We didn't talk about the Joker sequence in the Batman though.
We will. We will.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's continue on Moonknight.
I didn't know if that was on your list. You didn't. Say
no, we'll definitely talk about it. Let's continue though with Moonknight. So at this point, guys, as we were saying, Tuesday night we're going to start sitting up, watching, doing reaction videos again for Moonknight, and we'll post them the next morning, of course. You guys excited for this?
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Yep.
I'm stoked.
Yeah. I'm still...
What's the first role you saw
Oscar Isaac? I'm not like over, like I'm like dying.
I'm kind of sitting in the middle right now with it. It's like I don't know how I feel about the next phase of the Marvel stuff. We're breaking into new characters, and we've seen only old characters for the most part in the other stuff. So it's the first real look at all these new characters, and part of me is like, am I ready for all these?
It's a good transition.
Oh, it's a good transition. I'm just questioning whether I'm ready for all these new characters in a very Star Wars oriented year of Star Wars stuff. And we're about to get hit with both Star Wars and Marvel now continually nonstop. Is that going to be exhausting for us? You know,
Marvel has a better track record as of now. I feel like
that's fair enough.
I mean, they've had a little more consistency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they have it's a more centralized continuity, whereas like Star Wars has been kind of struggling with that.
Have you seen? Oh, I did see that. Yeah, there's a photograph of a kid at the kid dressed in full on Moonknight costume.
Whoa, for real.
And Oscar Isaacs was there, and he takes a photograph with the kid. It was actually pretty cool. I don't have an image of it, but
beeline for the kid. Yeah. Like, oh, what? Oh,
yeah. No, totally.
I like that he's like geeking out. I love it when actors geek out about their roles.
And totally.
It's gotta be fun when you see a kid dressed as like the hero that you're playing or whatever. That's got to be a kick. That's the ultimate like. You're like, wow.
Imagine how many times Mark Hamill has seen that.
Yeah, it's just got to be.
It's still fresh to him.
Oh, for sure.
Like, he's just finished. He just finished the show.
Yeah.
I have a question. Where do you guys? Where's the first role you've seen Oscar Isaac in that you can remember?
Maybe X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, for real?
Maybe it's on before that, but that was the first time I remember his name.
He's one of those actors who was in stuff I didn't even realize. It's like
that's why I was about to say.
That's why I'm like I can't. I'm sure it's like what was the earliest movie I saw him in? I didn't even realize. Oh yeah, that was.
Mine said is Drive. He plays Standard. Remember that guy? Yeah. He plays Standard, but he also looks like. I was like, who's this Krumholtz looking guy?
I'd have to actually look him up.
Like classic Krumholtz.
See like the list of movies.
But like,
I've just pulled it up. So
he's also in Sucker Punch.
I was gonna say Sucker Punch.
Oh,
he's so sleazy in that movie.
Yeah.
Ex Machina. Dude, I love that movie because like if you watch that, pay attention. He totally channels Joe Rogan. In that movie.
Ex Machina was the film that I remember him out.
It's Oscar Isaac doing Joe Rogan.
Right.
In that movie. It's if you once you get that in your head, it's like you can't unhear it.
Like it's
crazy.
You know, like now if I ever watch him, I'm like it's just.
But that's who he studied. Like he's like they gave him the character, and it's like we need some type of. No, this is what I'm just gathering. Like when you watch it again, think about that because it's like you think about like the type of dude that would be. It's like all right, let's get like a meathead Zuckerberg in here, and you're gonna get like. Joe Rogan at the time he's kind of fringe now, a lot more fringe than he was,
right?
But like at the time it was appropriate role for that character.
So I agree with Chris here. Ex Machina was the first film that I saw him in, but I really didn't know who he was at the time because he really hadn't developed a full-on name for himself by that point. But it's cool. He was good. Right? He was great in that. Yeah.
But we all saw like, oh, Poe Dameron. And then we started like looking back and being like, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah, that's Well, maybe
because Poe Dameron really put him on like the mainstream map.
Well, that's what happens when you're an actor. You get that one role that blows you up, and for a lot of people, they don't fall on an actor like, oh, who's this person?
But he's had quite the career before Star Wars. Like a lot of indie films. stuff like that. But yeah, it's just I forgot he was in Drive and I forgot he was in Sucker Punch.
Right.
Until I looked back at his IMDb, I was like, oh,
right.
what?
I haven't seen either, so maybe I should someday.
Hux Poe and Padme.
Yeah.
They've all had careers prior to Star Wars.
Oh yeah, most actors.
Well, Hux and Poe were in Ex Machina together.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah. Okay. I have to go back. I've got it on Blu-ray, and I haven't seen it for quite a few years, so I have to go back and revisit.
I love that movie.
It was
that movie's great.
Yeah, it was well done. Yeah.
Yeah, it's clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
just clean.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you could talk. You could sit through that one, Brent. I think you'd think that was boring.
It was slow, but interesting because it was psychologically.
Well, and then there's like special effects too.
Yeah, no. Well, that was a big part of the choice of the film.
And that dance scene.
Yeah, but it kept the intensity up. I liked it.
I think it's the Asian girl from the Chemical Brothers video. You remember that? It came out around the same time.
Okay.
Where she was like kind of mesh, it was a lot of like augmented AR they used for the video because she's like dancing, but she's kind of like this mesh material.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, that's cool.
The Asian actress, she's like a ballerina and stuff.
So yeah, let's talk about that little scene from the Batman that they dropped this past week with the extended Joker footage.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys what did you think of the performance? And B, do you think it was something we should have seen in the movie?
I'm glad they cut it. It kind of dragged for me. Mm-hmm. I think it would have messed up any pacing because that movie was pretty airtight already. Yeah. And I'm just trying to imagine, but if that were squeezed in, it would have probably taken me out of it. But I mean, I don't know. I probably would, if they put it in anyways, I probably would have liked it. But the fact that they chose to take it out, I'm like, okay, I agree with that. I agree with their decision.
Mm-hmm. Max, what are your thoughts there?
Honestly, the scene itself was kind of bland. It kind of reminded me of a lot of like 90s books where Joker was in Arkham and Batman would go and they'd have a serious talk and Joker would be cracking a few jokes and he'd get the information and leave. But those scenes were just kind of there to pass the story along.
Right.
But you know, I think as an intro to the Joker, it was fairly terrible.
Okay.
It didn't really tell you much about the character other than his look, and to me, his look was pretty kind of. I didn't love it. I think it's what we've kind of seen before. It's a little mix of like Brian Azzarello, Greg Capullo, a lot of more modern, like twisted, damaged, hurt Joker. I was kind of hoping for a clean Joker. Somewhere along the lines of he didn't need the scars. His scars were kind of on the inside.
Okay. Elijah?
That's what we got with Joaquin, right?
Yeah, that's what we got with Joaquin. I thought that was actually it made a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Elijah?
I'm tired of I didn't like his head. Oh. His head was weird.
Okay. Elijah?
Yeah, I mean, he had the kind of cut off face, like the recent, like it was kind of like a mix of like what Joker that was.
Right.
For the scene, I thought it was interesting. I thought it could have played in the movie, and I was kind of thinking there would have been something similar in that movie, anyways. If that happened at the very, very beginning, like at the beginning of Killing Joke, where he's like goes to Joker for information at the very beginning of a story, I could see that. I could see that being better. Like the first thing the Riddler does something, the first person he goes to is this guy. He's like, hey,
makes sense.
And he just laughs about whatever. This is coming and you can't stop it. Blah blah blah. Something crazy that would to kick the movie off, and then they don't come back to him until the very end.
Yeah,
it was an interesting scene, and the movie was so long. It's like they already had all these characters that these characters that are progressing anyways. Like I don't. If the movie was 5 minutes longer and it had that scene in it, I would be totally okay with it.
Right.
So I mean, it was decent, but I'm sure they have the reasons for taking it out, and it's good either way. At this point, you kind of expect any movie that comes out, you expect to see a really decent or a couple of decent cutout scenes on other content, on Blu-ray or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. It's like it already was a long enough movie, and I feel that the movie could have even done without the Joker scene at the end. And I would rather have seen the 4-hour version that's supposedly rumored out there later on, on home television or DVD or whatever, and watch the 4-hour version over the course of time and get that extra footage and that extra stuff, that extra content. But it was already a long enough film, I felt. So I'm glad they cut that scene out, but I also feel like they could have cut out the end Joker stuff, because that feels like that would be great for another story. That whole, that whole situation needs a lot more development. It needs to be showing more of that development, I should say.
I'm sure they cut it out for a reason, and whatever, it sounds like they have their own villain miniseries coming along, so there's plenty of time to play in that world, I guess.
Yeah.
Joker.
Interesting Joker. The cut off face, and then it just kind of seemed.
I like the hair pulled out,
It was great, look and stuff.
It just didn't.
I don't know.
Did we just lose Legend?
It's a good look. I don't know how much backstory you can read into just that look.
Yeah.
You can't hear me?
Matt Reeves gave some backstory, but I honestly think he was lying, because he said the Joker was born with his scars and that he didn't fall into acid.
About everything he said.
Yeah, and I think the Joker it's probably both of those things, and he just didn't want to say it because he didn't want to give it away before the movie or whatever TV show he says did it.
It would have been too much, and I think they did cut it because it was overwhelming amount of stuff going on,
totally.
And the fact that Batman's already going to someone who's locked up, that's usually a last ditch thing.
I think he would have replaced that scene, though. I think he was going to replace the Riddler scene in the jail.
Yeah, but we don't need Batman to go into ask a criminal something in the first movie, I feel like that should be a moment of desperation that would cause him to do that. But if it's something happens and he right away goes to the Joker, it's dude, did you even try?
Exactly. He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, and you're like, let me go to the world's worst criminal.
It needs to be the last minute thing. He has nowhere else to turn, so he has to turn to interviewing a former criminal in the jail with him, and they're like, "Oh, looky, look a little
too mindhunter
now." It's one of the very mindhuntery, but that's how we would use that situation, But it's I don't know. I'm glad they cut it, and I felt like I agree with Brent. I feel like that we didn't need him at the end, but it's just that sounds like a big studio thing. It's you got to include the Joker. People love the Joker. Got to put him in somehow.
Yeah,
that's why it felt shoehorned for me. And I guess since they had him, they filmed that scene on the same day.
Yeah,
and so you could just do that, and they just have it. And now is the time when you just release all this extra junk that you had in the movie, and just be like, look, still think about our movie. Look,
yeah.
So I do think he could have been jokier. I think they need someone who could sell a joke, and his jokes were kind of more to himself rather than outwards.
Yeah, that's why it kind of bugged me. It got dragged for it. It wasn't very entertaining.
Right.
He's a great actor.
Oh, I love Barry Keoghan. He's amazing.
But and he did a great job with that. But I was just.
His performance was amazing.
Put Bill Burr in there.
Put Bill Burr
in as a Joker, just all pissed off. You know what they got me in here? You know what they got me in here, Batman?
That or just Sacha Baron Cohen, just paint his face green or white.
Oh, I don't know how I'd feel about Sacha Baron Cohen as a Joker character. I love his performances, but
he was up for Freddie Mercury first before Rami Malek.
That was for years, though. I think he should have done it, but that was kind of.
I thought he would have been able to do it.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I never thought about him as a Joker, but now that you say that, I could see that.
Really?
I could see that.
Yeah.
He's funny. He could sell a joke, and he's not afraid to go completely crazy, over the top.
Almost Tim Curry-ish,
right? Exactly.
Tim Curry, Joker.
Yeah.
If you had Tim
Rocky
Curry
Horror.
Joker, he would be a young Tim Curry Joker.
Yeah.
A very Vincent Pricey type of like whatever Joker.
Yeah.
Vincent Price.
So I've got
classic.
I've got one more topic I did want to talk about while we're all together here. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Elephant.
Morbius.
Oh, forgot about this.
It comes out this week.
The start of the Morbius cinematic universe.
That's it.
It's been pushed back so many times.
Yeah,
it's
seven times.
It's been pushed back so many times. It's just on DVD.
So opening
digital
night, guys,
DVD. This is
opening night at the theater near me at 7:15 p.m. Let's check out the seating in IMAX. Oops.
Oh God, you're gonna put it on blast
right now. Oh my God.
Well, this is right now. It's like, yeah, it's not really selling.
I mean,
out right
that's
now.
what Batman looked like. Batman had less people when I watched it.
Yeah, but let's check it
than
out.
that.
Yeah. Well, we were in that like triple screen, but like
Yeah.
there were like 10 people in there.
But look at that.
And
8
it was
p.m.
like opening.
8 p.m. on
day.
digital.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what Batman looked like to me.
Really?
When me and Anthony watched Batman, but it was that. Oh no, it was in the middle of the day on Friday.
Right. Let's see if Friday night does any better for this movie. No, Friday's okay in Dolby. I'll probably go see it in Dolby. I'm probably going to go see it in the spare of the moment kind of thing. But it's not doing too well at 8 p.m. on IMAX on a Friday night. I don't know how well this film's going to actually do. I mean, it's been getting some pretty poor reviews, but I'm still curious to see how bad it really is, because I wasn't really a huge fan of the Venom films, but I didn't despise them like a lot of people did at the same time. So I don't know. I meant I'll probably go check it out if I suddenly am in the mood for going to the movie this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I kind of want to know what the talk is all about. I want to know why it's that bad. I've heard the rumor that they've actually edited out most of the sequences from the trailer that connect anything to do with Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, that
was a dupe. That was to trick people into seeing the movie.
Really? Yeah. Again, it's like, yeah.
I've just never been interested in this, man.
Yeah. I mean, I have to admit, the original trailer did surprise me. I actually liked what they kind of had to show of the character, knowing nothing about the character, of course.
I feel the same way about this movie as I did when they released Jonah Hex.
Okay. Yeah. They released a Jonah Hex.
Like, I didn't care. I didn't care about that.
That's fair enough.
I know what you're saying.
I remember like Hansel and Gretel or Snow White and the Huntsman.
It's just one of those movies.
It was a weird time.
Yeah.
That was a really weird time.
They were looking for IPs they could run with for like
four
movies. Like something like Transformers. Like, they could just kind of keep going.
Yeah. No, it just feels like they're trying to do what Marvel had set up, years ago, individually bring in each of these characters and then create it to the bigger metaverse. But it feels like some of these characters are so underwhelmingly known. I mean, they're going to be working on Kraven the Hunter movie.
Who asked for a Morbius movie?
Yeah,
who asked for a Kraven the Hunter solo movie?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's kind of cool. I kind of like that.
They also give it to
who's he going to be hunting? Boomerang? Black Ant? Like,
I don't know.
Sorry, Elijah?
Those are characters that could work given to the right director, like a James Gunn or whatever. But I think a lot of the time they get given to the wrong person, and they just
you're right then.
Morbius seems so off from the other movies. It just, I don't know. They got it, and if that's what the one they went in the studio, I know they were working on this Morbius movie for a while. Like, it's gone through different hands or whatever, and I know they had different choices of what we can do. Why do they? It's just weird that Hollywood goes for certain choices and they stick with we're going to do this.
Right.
Some of it might be because of licensing and who owns the rights to certain characters, and I'm sure that has something to do with it. But it's just weird how much they push in one direction where they're pushing to make it work all the way through to the point where do
you think they're anticipating Blade?
Where it's not interested to anybody,
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it could.
It's like a Blade.
The first Blade movie, Morbius was in the end, that they cut him out.
I have to rewatch.
Right. I mean, he's not in it, But
They cut
there was
Morbius. Who was playing?
There was a
then?
cut. I don't know. It was like someone out in the distance. But
would that have been a deleted scene on the Blu-ray on the DVD?
Could be. I don't know.
Which about the first Blade film?
Yeah, the first Blade.
There really?
Was like
I've got that on DVD. I'll have to check that out and see.
There was there was a version of the end that included Morbius. I don't know how far they went along on shooting that, but he is part of that realm. Of stuff. So I think they kind of just like cranked out this Morbius movie because they heard about the announcement of the Blade
from
guys, this is a good crossover moment. So we get another Spider-Man thing going on.
That war on top of COVID and getting pushed multiple times to the point where I've been waiting so long, people don't even care anymore. They're like, well, I've been waiting. I'll just wait for it to come on DVD.
My personal thing with the Spider-Man franchise is if Sony are taking the franchise and doing their own thing with it using Tom Holland, then use that character who's already going to draw a crowd and introduce a Morbius into that movie, or a Kraven or any of the other obscure characters that are not your key line supervillain characters.
That's why this isn't going to work because they just kind of they're kind of winging it, and to the point where they didn't have time to integrate him in any type of continuity.
Not to mention that they delayed this film 7 times. I mean, this film might have worked.
Where they're just
well, think about
every film's getting delayed these days.
But I'm saying it got delayed because of COVID. So the original release
date was like a year.
Film. No, but it was released a year and a half ago when the timeline might have suited it better to the current, Spider-Man. This feels
this just happened with Black Widow and Eternals and shit. And,
But they've got Madam Web coming that they're putting into production, stuff like
that.
Again, I would rather. That was the thing about the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s.
Toby better be in that.
I never knew anything about Madam Web until they introduced her in the Spider-Man. I like the fact that it was the Spider-Man element that she was introduced, not that she was his own separate story and entity, and then it became more.
I've only seen her in Spider-Man stuff. I can't imagine a solo.
A Madam Web movie is going to be weird because there's 2 different Madam Webs. There's the Jessica is I can't remember her last name, is the younger one which I think is the one they're going to be going with.
Okay.
And honestly, it's a weird character to do a solo movie for because she's she's a clairvoyant spider person. Right. But she's usually there as a plot device to help, to warn Peter or something, or to help Peter with something. She's never really. I can't think of that many.
Spider-Man needs Madam Web more than Madam Web needs Spider-Man.
But it's also why are they not doing a Silk movie? Who's another popular Spider person?
That would be cool.
Why wouldn't they not I'm guessing they can't do Miles
or whatever.
They could probably do Spider-Gwen.
But I feel like with a Madam Web movie, you could do all the Spider-Man.
Yeah, they could bring in Ben Parker, Ben Reilly, and Kane. Right.
So you're gonna see I imagine with the Madam Web movie, you're gonna see tons of Spider-Man. So
hopefully,
you have to, right? Or just an origins.
I could literally see them just being Madam Web has there's a problem, and they pull a random villain from the Marvel universe. They're gonna be they're gonna be you know what? Instead of having any Spider-Man villains, we're gonna have MODOK team up with what are those called? There's a bunch of these animals that have guns for arms. He's gonna team up with them, and that's
she's gonna need a recruit a group of Spider-Men.
Yeah, see that would be an interesting story, but underlining it all as a Spider-Man movie, not as a Madam Web movie kind of thing. That would be a way.
That's why it's weird. But I don't know. It's the only thing I could see that would be that people would want to see in a Madam Web movie.
It's weird because all these movies, Sony keeps announcing these movies, but not all of them really go forward. They announced a Spider-Woman movie directed by Olivia Munn a couple years ago. And then that turned into a Silk movie or a project for Amazon, a Silk project for Amazon that didn't pan out.
Olivia Munn was going to direct that?
Yeah, she was going to direct, I think.
So a directorial debut.
See,
I think she's directed one other thing, but I think it could have been her debut or at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still feel that Sony have got the same problem that the DC, Warner Brothers have had with the DC universe in recent years of just trying to not copy the Marvel universe, but at the same time, or the MCU, I should say, but at the same time, just trying to do their own thing, and it falls in on itself so drastically. And even though Venom did well overseas, the general feedback for it, and in general as a film, it's just not a very striking movie, in my opinion. And,
Yeah.
A lot of talent that didn't really do much with it.
that's it. Yeah, it just felt like there was these elements where it just didn't. It needs, in this version, it needs Spider-Man to tie these villains to be who they are a little bit better. It's a bit like saying Batman. The good thing about Batman in general is that Batman more or less is the pivot point for all of the various villains around him. They form and they are created because Batman exists. And I feel like Spider-Man is very similar to Batman in such a way that these villains form because Spider-Man exists, and without the Spider-Man element being there to spark off the existence of these villains, then I feel like that they're doing it wrong by bringing the villains in with no purpose to Spider-Man until maybe later. And it's exactly. Yeah.
They attempted that with Amazing Spider-Man. Remember that at the end of the second one, there's just a whole hallway full of all the backpacks you could put on for
sure.
Because they're going to make Sinister Six.
Solo
movie.
Well, that's an attempt of this. You get Craven, you get Morbius, you get Venom.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't even make sense. Like Craven is basically Spider-Man's Bane.
Exactly, but this is like what Brent was saying. Like you need the element of Spider-Man there.
Yeah, exactly.
To spark the villains to be who they are going to be. Otherwise, they're just empty villains. They're going to be totally
because that's what's
villains.
missing with Venom. Venom spawned from a vendetta with Spider-Man, and they took that out of that lore.
Yeah.
And you kind of just have this
it's like the Disney villain movies, Cruella, and I don't know if it's the same thing.
Cruella was good. That was
but they actually do good.
Or whatever.
That was a great film.
But they do really well, like Maleficent and Cruella, decent because those are dynamic characters.
I'm just saying they're trying the same thing.
They weren't naturally, They're like it worked for that. Maybe it will work for this, but they don't understand how integrated they are with the protagonist.
Exactly. Yeah,
and the kind of like yin yang that they offer when you have the two there.
The Big Bad Wolf is nothing without the Three Little Pigs. Like you can't have a Big Bad Wolf movie without the Three Little Pigs. No, they've
had trouble getting a Black Cat movie off the ground. Because no one wants to write it because they're like, well, you can't use Spider-Man. They're like, then what's the story? Her just stealing some stuff? There's no drama.
The closest they got was Amazing Spider-Man.
We don't want to say the word black. Can we call her just Cat?
That'd be a funny name for the movie, just Cat. But then everyone has PTSD from cats.
They cast Jyn Erso as her in the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was
What's her name?
Oh, wow. I forgot about that.
She played Felicia.
Oh, yeah.
She was like
Felicia
the assistant.
She
was like she was Mercy to Harry Osborn, Lex Luthor,
Yeah, she was Lily's assistant.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Spider-Man 2's the Amazing Spider-Man 2's Harry Osborn. I was not a fan of the look and the style of the actor, and
I think the problem with all Harry Osborns is you need to show them that he's close with Peter first.
Yes,
he was too like rich boy.
He was too distant. He was the opposite of everything Peter was.
Yeah,
which Harry and Peter were always like. They were inseparable. They cared about each other.
Yeah,
you get try to introduce us that type of dynamic after we saw like the Toby and
that was the most like that was the
that was
relationship.
That was the most dynamic relationship of those two characters
because it was like they established it at the get-go.
They grew up together. They're
the
friends.
one guy who's nice to Peter Parker, the one person at the school.
Yeah.
who is nice to Peter Parker. And that development, kind of dropped the ball at the end, but all of that leading up, that was some really good character building and
absolutely, for sure. Yeah. We're only also 2 months away from Multiverse of Madness as well, which tickets are supposed to go on sale. Wow. I read as of April
the 6th, right?
6th, yeah, that's it. Yeah. So if you guys are interested, we should go together and see that and do a reaction on the. If you're up for it, we might do the Burbank screening or
meet
stuff like
at
that.
the Batman statue.
We'll meet at the Batman statue at the Burbank.
What days it come out?
It'll come out on a Thursday, but it's up to you whether we see a Thursday evening or we go see on a Friday morning. But as we get close to that date in about a week's time, if you guys are down for it, then we'll get tickets for that date and definitely go check it out because that'll be fun. I am very much looking forward to that. And actually, what is the actual date that comes out? Multiverse of Madness comes out. No, okay, I can't find it quickly. But either way, any other thoughts? Last thoughts on Morbius, guys, or you're pretty much all Morbius out?
Every time you bring it up, I've forgotten about it.
Exactly, you forgot.
I keep forgetting about that damn movie.
Talking about something else.
It comes out It comes out this week, and we'll forget about it the following week.
Brent's the only one who's going to watch
Everyone
it.
who bought tickets isn't going to show up because they forgot the movie exists.
I want to see it because now I'm just curious as to see how bad it was, and I did the same thing with the first Venom. And as I said, I wasn't. I'd read really bad reviews about the first Venom, and although it wasn't great, it wasn't as bad as people had said. So I'm kind of willing to give Morbius a chance, but I'm also going in totally not expecting anything. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next Sunday when I've gone and seen it. And if any of you care to watch it, let me know. We'll go see it. I guess that's a no.
I don't know. That movie. I feel like I'm gonna buy a ticket and forget I bought a ticket.
I think I could watch. I think I could watch 5 minutes of clips of someone reviewing it on YouTube the next day and be okay with that.
Fair enough.
I can wait till it's streaming.
Yeah, I won't even watch till it's streaming.
Stars.
Yeah,
poor Jared Leto wants to be poor Jared Leto wants to be a superhero so bad that he just or a villain and they won't let him.
Yeah, they won't let him be. They won't let him be Joker. They won't let him be.
I mean, it's not like he's short of work. Like.
No, but still, it's like
he's in that new WeWork show
stick to the artsy movies.
Yeah,
Dimes is still on the ski. Oh, he's back on the ski lift. Okay, fair enough. I guess Dimes had fun on the first ski lift.
Nice. Well, that's a long run.
That's a long run. There you go.
Unless it's a long line.
Could be. I think it's winter. It's spring break. So.
What's the last Jared Leto movie you saw that you liked?
That I liked.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
American Psycho.
There was that one. Yeah, that's a great movie. I love that movie.
I still haven't watched it yet.
It's one of the best comedies you'll ever see.
Okay.
Right? It's more of a comedy. Like back.
It's like satirical. It's like satirical in like a dark way.
It's a great ass comedy.
Yeah.
What's that song he puts on
the Walking on Sunshine or the Huey
Lewis
in the News?
Huey Lewis in the News.
Oh yeah,
and he's talking about why the best song of all time, the best album of all time.
Right.
He's wearing
the trench coat. Is it Hip to Be Square?
Yeah, I think it's Hip to Be Square. Yeah.
He's like Huey Lewis in the News.
It's funny.
Be Square, and he's like doing that too.
It's the dance.
Lord of War. I don't know.
That actually was a good movie. It was like him and it was good. It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like selling
it's like Jonah Hill. Is Jonah Hill in that?
No, it was a different movie. I think it was like him and Nick Cage.
Oh, this is what's his Miles Teller?
Oh, is it Miles Teller? That's
I can't remember.
That's the other movie with him and Jonah Hill.
Oh, okay. I just thought about the same movie.
It's the same exact movie. Well, it's different stories, but it's like similar.
Yeah.
Who else is in it? I think it's Nick Cage, right? Yeah, it's him and Nick
Cage.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
they play brothers.
They have that crazy intro with the rolling bullet in the beginning of the movie. That cool montage.
The movie was fun.
Tracing,
but he wasn't the star of the movie. It was a Nick Cage movie, not a Jared Leto movie.
Yeah, Nick Cage's Gunrunners. Yeah, Brent, what's your Jared Leto movie that you liked last?
I'm trying to remember if I've even seen one of his movies like from beginning to end. Because I never really watched Suicide Squad, the original.
Actually, the last movie he was in that I liked was Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'll give that.
That's right. That was pretty.
He was
good.
in it for like a minute and a half. It's not like he was actually.
He's in it.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
the same way he's in it as much as he's in American Psycho.
I can't necessarily get full performance of what he's like as an actor just by a couple of minutes.
Did you guys see that movie with like Denzel Washington and Rami Malek? And Jared Leto's in it all creepy and stuff. That was really good. And I feel like
that movie was awesome.
If he did the Joker the way he did that character, that would have been great. That would have been a great Joker, right? Oh.
That scene where they're in like the not the woods, like the ditch area. That was awesome. The movie was awesome. Everyone should see that. I can't remember what it's called, but everyone should see it.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Blade.
I'm looking at his IMDb.
Yeah,
Requiem for a Dream is the one that like that I watched the most and remember most of like the imagery that I remember the most.
Okay.
A lot of these other movies I just can't say I haven't seen. I mean, Dallas Club, and I saw I saw that, but it's not like it's like I want to watch.
Brent mentioned Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, 1949.
That was a cameo.
He was in it, but I assume
he's in it as much as he was in American Psycho.
That's Snyder Cut.
I'm connected to the fact that he was in the film. I didn't even know he was in the film. That's where I was like, going.
Well, his character's not that memorable in that.
There you go. Exactly.
But he was completely method acted and turned himself blind for the role.
Really? What?
That's when he right after he did Joker, sending condoms and dead rats to his castmates.
Okay. I would love to see him just walking into walls, being like, "I can't see, guys. I'm blind." And everyone's like, "Okay, Jared." He's like, "Don't call me Jared."
We're not going to knock an actor for their performance.
He's currently in that new WeWork show, the show about the WeWork. It's got him and Anne Hathaway in it.
Okay.
All right, so this is interesting because it's like a whole new genre of like TV shows now. Ever since like social
stuff that's going in the 90s of like 90s,
it's like it's all
2000s drama.
Text. It's like tech stuff, tech companies. Because there's one I'm watching right now. I'm watching The Dropout. That's about Theranos and Elizabeth Holmes like scandal.
Okay.
And there was one coming out about Uber, which it stars like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and like Uma Thurman.
Right.
And the WeWork one has Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway. So you're seeing all these like stories about startups and stuff like that. It's a whole new genre.
Broad startup companies that are now have backstories.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just like the drama that happens within, it's
a lot of them have like interesting stories where they start off perfectly like normal and then they just turn into something completely crazy behind everyone's back.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
which it tends to happen
overnight.
Yeah.
Like Theranos never worked. Like
it was never working from the beginning, just never did. And they're just like trying to fake it for the longest time and shit just crumbles around them. It's good stuff because it's of the times, It's just like
But I feel like those shows forget the public didn't believe Theranos. Like she was like very like active about like trying to show her stuff off, and no one really believed her. Everyone was like, "Yeah, that's not possible."
Yeah, but the people who invested in her believed her, or kind of like forced themselves to believe in her. I think they kind of forced themselves to believe. I think it was like moment. It kind of reminds me of Inventing Anna, same way. She's just charmed them. She finessed them out of their millions,
but she also tried to copy like Steve Jobs with like her even down
to
like her
cringy, dude. You've been watching it, right? You've been watching.
Yeah, the voice. When she lowers her voice, she's like, "Hey guys,
dear
I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Elizabeth. Theranos."
Okay. Well, guys, we're about an hour 20 minutes in. I've covered most of the topics I can think of that
I just wanted to say that last part because that
fair enough.
Noticing a trend
You got to say it
in film
and
work.
Bad Vegans too is on the. I'll throw Bad Vegan on that list.
Oh yeah. Bad Vegans on that list too.
That was wild. That documentary was wild.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, guys, we will be all watching. I'm going to assume Moonknight season premiere this Tuesday night. We'll drop a reaction video. We'll definitely be talking about that a great deal next Sunday on the podcast, and whatever other news comes in during the week. Chat, thank you guys out there for joining us. It's been fun. And for you guys, it's a lot of fun. We will be doing this again very soon. So we'll see you guys on Wednesday morning when we've dropped our reaction video. So see you later, guys. Thank you.